Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Trade Genius Live. I am your host, Trend Genius, and we are back at it for another day. How y'all doing out there? Good morning, Kika Bug, Morbid Drifter. Good morning. J Dub, good day, my brother. Top of the day, J Royal. How y'all feeling out there, man? How y'all feeling? Let me know. How we feeling out there today? How are we feeling? Why y'all let me double M in the building? Double M in the building. I see you. Good morning, Twyla. Serena, good morning. Thank y'all for tapping in. As always. What we got? Cosde Gregory. What's up, my guy? Top of the morning to you. Glad y'all all are tapping in. How y'all feeling this morning, man? How y'all feeling? Let me know. I'm just setting up my copy trader. Let me know how y'all feeling. I want to know. I want to know. How are y'all feeling this morning? We got. Good morning. Good morning. It's live. Good morning. Without prejudice. What up? Okay, let me see if I say this right. Lake and Daniel. Hopefully I said that right. Good morning to you. Good morning. Hopefully I said that right. I don't never want to butcher nobody's name. How y'all feeling? Feeling ready. That's what's up. That's what's up. That is definitely the sentiment. We're feeling ready today. What we got? Uh-oh. Patricia Lindo frustrated. We're gonna have to talk about that. Ricardum. Any firms besides Edge Funder you would recommend? Oh, I said it right. Lake and Daniel, that's what's up. Nice. Feeling well, fam. You good, bro? How's your foot doing? Foot's doing good. Foot's doing much better. Like, pretty much the pain is pretty much gone. Anonymous Trader, good morning. The funny thing is, like, at night now I'm noticing, like, I don't know, maybe between like 1 and 3 in the morning, is waking up a little angry. Like, I'm waking up like, oh, a little pain here and there, but only seem like it's only like at night. During the day I'm good. I didn't retire the crutches, but the crutches I ain't really been using them. I've been kind of, you know what I'm saying, been able to move around without it. So but yeah, man, thanks for asking, bro. But it's coming along. This is week 2. I go for the second post-op tomorrow, so we'll get some x-rays and stuff like that, make sure everything is on point. But other than that, man, everything is good, brother. Thanks for asking. I appreciate you. Let's see here. Any firms besides Edge Funder you would you recommend? Yeah, man, My Fund Futures is good. Apex is good. These are ones that I use, and I say good meaning like I know that that you get payments and you ain't got to worry about having no issues. What else? Lucid is good. Tradeify is pretty good. And Take Profit Trader. I can tell you right now, stay away from Top Step. I don't care what. I'm speaking from my own experience, and also from friends from my trading buddies that are in the space as well. Stay away from Top Step. Other than that, you good. I mean, let's be honest. There's no, and I know you didn't ask this question, but I just want to put it out there. There's no prop firm, like, don't get me wrong, the Edge Funder. I'm gonna tell you why I say the Edge Funder is number one. People be like, oh, well then that's your sponsor. Da da da. It's not just that. They're my sponsor for a number of reasons. Because for one, as long as you're following the rules, you're going to get your payout. They're not going to play no games with you. You're not going to follow the rules. And then when it's time to get a payout, they're going to hit you with some weird email about, oh, well, you did like some micro trading or some weird stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to get paid. If you follow the rules, that's what I know about the Edge Fund. You follow the rules, you're going to get paid. You know what I mean? Hands down. And remember, the Edge Funder was built by traders for traders. So it makes it a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that said, there's a lot of other prop firms that are good as well. but you have to use them for a particular, I use them a different way. I use all different prop firms that I use a different way, period. And that's based on my strategy. What's wrong with Top Step? A lot of things, like literally a lot of things, a lot of things. Ever since Top Step and when Tradeovate kicks Top Step to the curb, ever since they kicked them to the curb, they've been having issues, platform issues. And then when they have platform issues, they're not even like holding up their end of the bargain by resetting accounts and stuff like that. They're sending out like all these, bull crap emails about it ain't their fault, passing a buck, like just on some fugazi stuff. And I've seen this stuff with my own eyes. This is not what I heard, this is what I've seen. You know what I mean? I've seen the emails and I'm like, what? Like they doing stuff like that? I just look at it like this. We're talking about money and they're a business, right? So with that said, we already have someone in between our money when it comes to us using prop firms. And that's cool. We can live with that. We understand how that works. But at the same time, um, you know, you ain't if you're not handling business correctly, I don't want to do business with you. And it's just really just one of those type things. And on top of that, there are tons of other prop firms out there. I've been done with Top Step. I was done with Top Step 8 months ago before they even split with Tradeovate because it was always something. The platforms never stayed up. They would go through these spells like every other day, the platform would be down. I don't want to deal with that. When I want to trade, I want to trade. Think about it. It's always funny how the days they're down, and I'm not saying that they were doing it on purpose, but I'm just saying how much this affects our trading. It always pretty much lined up to the days that they were down was the days that we had great, moves in the market where we could have made some money. But if you were on Top Step, you couldn't have made no money on Top Step. Thank goodness I had other prop firms that I could make money on. So it was cool, but I cut them loose a long time ago. So as far as Top Step, like I'm just telling you, err on the side of caution. Alfie, what's up? Good morning, brother. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you riding with us today. Kick rocks. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Um, uh, Micro contract on Tradeovate on actually micro contract in general would be MNQH 2026. MNQH 2026. That's for micros. And of course, minis will be NQH 2026. That's for you, Qdell. But yeah, so let me see what else we got. Who else we got? Oh, you're welcome, Patricia. No problem. I'm gonna keep it 100. We're traders, and I'm here to. I feel like I'm here. If I have good information from my fellow traders, I'm gonna share that because I'm here to protect. Like we all should be. We're a tight community, right? We should be protecting each other. If you got an issue with a prop firm and it's a real, true, legitimate issue, you're not just pissed off because you didn't follow the rules and now you don't get a payment. I mean, if it's truly a legitimate issue where you actually really truly followed all the rules, you followed all the rules, you did everything right, and they played you, man, voice that. We want to know that. We need to know that. We need to, put all of that stuff on blast because at the end of the day, we got to protect ourselves and our fellow traders. That's always been my attitude and my sentiment on that. So, let's just always keep that in mind. That's why I'm saying that. And I don't like trashing nobody or nothing. But at the end of the day, if you're not handling business correctly, I'm about to put that out there on the front street. I'm about to let everybody know because I don't want no one to have, you know what I mean? Like issues with a prop firm when we're dealing with them when there's other prop firms we could use. Would you say, Cosda Gregory? I used Top Step and made $0. Man, you know what I mean? Like my thing is, when I go to trade, I don't want to be dealing with all these different issues. And it just seemed like that's where Top Step was. So we got 6 minutes to the open. Let's jump into the charts. Let's see what we're looking at. Actually, let's jump into news real quick. And today we have a light news day today. Where are we at? Today is Tuesday, March 10th. So we're here. Let me just refresh this because it's always good to refresh it because sometimes news will just pop in. As you can see, it was all yellow folder news today. We had something at 3 a.m., 5:15 a.m., NFIB Small Business Index, ADP Weekly Employment Change, existing home sales at 7. These are all yellow folders, so really no big deal. I have one funded account and working on 2 more now. I see what happens. Yeah, okay. So Patricia, so then you can pretty much, how would I say, you can you know all the issues that they've been having, right? Like as far as like the their platform being down and not being able to trade and stuff like that. Like I don't want to deal with anything like that. If you're out here taking our money and you're doing business, you're accepting our money with no problem, right? That platform is working good. But then when it's time for me to trade, it's having issues. I don't know if it was last month or the month before. I think February and January. I mean, they were having like multiple days over a few weeks of just every other day was something. This is down, that is down. I mean, I didn't have them at that point. Like I said, I cut them loose a long time ago. But man, I'm not dealing with that. It's ridiculous. Like I said, you'll take our money, but then your platform is down all the time. Like, whatever. Yeah, but good, and I'm gonna say this, like I hope that it does work for you. Um, and you know what I mean? Like just err on the side of caution. That's all I can say. Err on the side of caution. You know what I mean? We're a community. We're here trying to make sure that we, you know, look out for each other. Have credit me for the issues so far, but they were combine. Yeah, of course. Yeah, they'll credit you on a combine. Let's see what happened if it was time for payouts, because the issues that I'm speaking of was people that was having issues with payouts. You know what I mean? And that just was not cool. Um, let's see here. So going back on news. So today we're pretty much nothing. Tomorrow we're gonna have a pretty big news day. CPI is really really big. I advise y'all to go in here to this little folder right here and just click that, and then you can get a whole breakdown of what CPI is. Actually, for all these news events, but tomorrow's going to be really really big on news tomorrow, CPI. But we're just worrying about today, so really nothing going on. That's cool. All yellow folder. So let's jump on the charts. She goes, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so with that said, so right here, let me open this up so y'all can see it. This was overnight open, this long white candle. So just to let y'all know, my white candles would be red candles and my blue candles would be green. Just to let y'all know, white candles are red, blue candles are green. So market open here. And if you look, it kind of just ranged a little bit between these two reversal zones. Actually, what's this? This is right before, let's see here. Yeah, right as Asia was, yeah, right between Asia and London session, because London starts at 11 p.m. my time, because I'm on the West Coast. We got some bullish momentum, kind of came back down, and if you can see, it retested these levels. Like if you look at this previous swing low right here, and you look at my crosshair all the way across that white dotted line, you can see that price pretty much is hanging around in this little area, touching here. A lot of touches through here, a lot of touches through here. So we'll see. Today, honestly, I'm looking for longs, buys today. Um, yeah, just looking for buys today. I don't know if y'all know what this is. This is before market open yesterday. Trump was speaking. I don't know what he spoke about, but of course, whatever he spoke about, it made the market spike up like that. So, but yeah, where are we at? We are 1 minute before the open. Let me turn my alarm off. I got an alarm for that. I like to keep alarms for every little thing just to keep me on point. So I'm looking for longs today. There's a little daily strat that I take, but being that price is already pretty much hovering over the daily line, like right at a minute before the open, that's a strategy that I probably will not trade today. So let's see. Is legacy funded good? Never used them before, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But the ones that I stated, if you rock with them, you'll be good. I've gotten payouts from all of them and never had a problem. Apex as well. And Apex has some pretty strict rules. They actually soften their rules some. So, but yeah, man. If y'all in, y'all shoot me some likes, man. Shoot me some likes. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. Market open. Bam! Look at that. Already took off. Already took off bullish. Let's see what we get. If I was gonna take, I could have took this chop box, but I was not. Prepared. This is a nice little. Actually, you know what? Let me fix this. Go here, here. Yep, that chop box would have been a nice little trade right here. Nice little chop box right there. What we call a chop box. Nice little area to take, could have took a long off of here. But, just talking and everything like that. An entry that I missed, you could have took it right to this daily level right here. This pink line would be a daily level. My daily levels. Actually, I think my daily level video went out today, so you can check that out. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so that would have been a cool little trade. Basically, chop box would be, or like a consolidation area, right? It's pretty much what it is. Consolidation area. Usually we see these little consolidation areas right before the open. Draw a little box around them. Consolidation areas, pretty much where you see candles of almost pretty much the same shape in the same little area. You want at least 5, 4 to 5, 4 or more. 5 is ideal. 4 is cool as well. Let's put a little box around it. You could have put your entry. I'm not going to put an entry. I'm just going to draw a line. I'm not going to actually put a real entry, but you could have put your entry right there, right before the open. Price would have tapped you in. You could have put your take profit right here at this pink line and you would have got a cool little trade. You could also even, went in, because I trade micros, you could have went in with 5 contracts. You could have trimmed your position right here of 4 contracts and let one runner run. Your stop loss would be right below this box. So it's a pretty safe trade. It's not a lot of huge risk. And then once your take profit got hit, if you left a runner, you would have just moved your stop loss from here just above your entry point. And the reason why just above your entry point, you want to leave a little space in there, just a little bit of space in there. So if price comes back to get you, you still make enough money to cover the fees on that last runner contract. That's just a little strategy and a little pro tip. And I'm going to erase this off of here. But yeah, so a little consolidation area. Cool little trade that could have been taken. But other than that, I'm looking for possibly, let's see here. There's another strategy that I trade on a 15-minute, so we'll see if we can get that. With news being tomorrow and price has been it's been somewhat rangy overnight. As you can see, like really no moves at all. Let me go drop down to the 5. As you can see, it's just been rangy. We drop down to the minute. Now the minute, of course, is you're going to see a lot more noise, right? It's going to look a lot like there's a lot of movement. That's why I like to jump to the 5, because the 5 gives you a little bit better window, considering the 1 minute. I say like on the 1 minute is a lot of noise, right? But if you look at the 5 gives you really like a true clear window into really how price action is moving. Now the higher time frames gives you better confirmation, but the 5 minute, I like to look at it just to see what the candles are doing. But always remember the higher time frames give you better confirmation. Always remember that. 5 minute, like I said, is just to really see what was really, really going on. 1 minute, sometimes there's just a lot of noise. Let me move this over a little bit more so y'all can see. Yeah. And as you can see, it's somewhat a little rangy. Hit up here, came back down, tested in this area, and now it's going back up again. So it could be a rangy day tomorrow. Like I said, we have CPI, which is a really, really huge news event. If you've been paying attention to the characteristics of NQ, what you will learn is when we have big news days, we always have ranging going on. A lot of times before that day, during that day, before news happens. So just keep that in mind. And I would say just pay attention to the characteristics of NQ. I've been watching NQ since the beginning of my career. This is all the only ticker that I trade, and I know it. I guess I know it like the back of my hand, but I know it. You know what I mean? Like I know a lot of things that I see. I'm like, oh, okay, I've seen that before. Y'all heard me talk about this. So yeah. So with that said, you know what I mean? Like that's pretty much what I'm looking at. Maybe taking a trade on this 15-minute strategy. We'll see if it sets up. We still got some more time before it does happen, but a cool trade would have been, we call it a cheap trade. Not cheap because how would I say, cheap, meaning because it's not costing you that much, right? So if you had took this trade, right? Let's say, like I said, your stop loss would be, excuse me, your entry would be right above the box, or even with the box, just right above the box, like one tick above it, and your stop loss would be right at the bottom of the box, like right below it. So cheap meaning not a huge risk. And as you can see, price is already reversing, coming back down into this reversal zone and going back up. Honestly, what I'm speaking from the characteristics of NQ, what I'm thinking my bias for the day, and this is based on news and everything going on, um, we're gonna pretty much have a rangy day today. That's my bias. Of course, I'm not married to my bias, but that's what my assumption is, my bias is at this moment, just because we have CPI tomorrow. And if you think about it, we had some crazy moves, right? Let's go back and let's look at yesterday's. Yesterday is really something to talk about. Yesterday was unreal. So look, let me squinch this up a little bit so y'all can see this, like how crazy of a day yesterday was, right? So this was Tuesday. New York Open. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, New York Open happened. Where are we at? For me, 6:30 Eastern, 9:30. So New York Open happened right here, right? Boom. Price gave us some little bearish momentum, kind of consolidated and ranged inside of this reversal zone. Came out. I'm sorry. This was. I'm going way too far, y'all. I'm tripping. This was. I'm going way too far. I'm only on Thursday. I'm trying to get to Monday. Here we go. My bad, y'all. So right here. Okay. So Sunday night open, right? Starting of the week. We had a huge gap down. We already know that this was manipulated by news, right? How do we know that? The war. Remember, gas prices going up. Oil, because we're gonna be tapping into our oil reserves. So usually when that happens, when we go to war, gas prices go up. If you go back and look at history, this is pretty much how it's been. We had market close at 24, we'll say 24,665. It came all the way down overnight to like 24, like right below 24. We'll just call it, just to round it up, we'll call it 2,400, right? That's a 600 point drop, right? And then if you look, starting at, let's see here, where's this at? So this is Asia. Starting at around Asia session, we had some consolidation and boom, price went up. Now we're in Monday. Price pretty much recovered. Look, if you line it up, this is where the open. We gapped down here, right? Price pretty much recovered the whole entire 600 points. Unreal. So with this huge move, and then this was Trump speaking yesterday, price shot up again. So just think, we recovered like over 900 points in one trading day. That's huge. So with that said, because we have CPI tomorrow, which is big news, like really, really big news, like that's the news where people, that's the news that people trade, like people risk their accounts on trading CPI. I expect price to just be rangy today. That's why I have my bias. Because of this, we had a huge gap down, price dropped 600 points, and then in the same day, it regains all of that and 300 more points, like a whole 900 point shift to the upside. Like that's crazy. Think about that. That's unreal. 900 points times 4, that's 3,600 ticks. That's pretty substantial in the matter of 24 hours. Right? So 155 Sunday. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just about in almost 24 hours. Because you got to think the market opens for me at 3 o'clock because I'm on Easter time, right? And the market closes for me at what time? 3 o'clock, right? So matter of 24 hours, man, we had a 6, 9, we had a 1,500 point price swing, 600 down, 900 up. Unreal. So with that said, that's why I'm expecting this. I'm expecting just a lot of ranging today. And then we're going to have some pretty significant moves tomorrow with CPI, and you'll see that. So that's pretty much my bias for today. So honestly, today I wasn't really looking for too much. If I had a good setup, I would take it. But I wasn't really looking for too much just based on that. And I always tell everybody, you can learn a lot about what's going on in the market and what's happening by just looking left. Always look left. Say that all the time. Always look left. Always look left. So that's my bias on why I feel we're going to have a ranging day. So I want to talk about yesterday's trade. Trade went against us yesterday. No big deal. I remember I told you guys, I said that I don't think there was anything better that I could have done. So I went back and I did, once I'm off the live, I go back and I do my journaling and I, give a little more closer view into, what was going on. So honestly, there was something I could have done better yesterday. Instead of trading 5 micros, I should have traded 3. Why? My risk was pretty big. My risk was pretty big. Because even though my accounts are safe, we took a $1,300. Well, I took a $1,300 hit yesterday. That's not exercising good risk management. And I'm just gonna keep it real. That's not exercising good risk management. I should have dropped down to like probably 3 micros. Then that would have brought my risk to 600, 600. That's a lot better for our accounts. We're talking about prop firms. Even if you're in your live account, that's just a better risk management, right? We don't want to be taking $1,300 hits. That's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. And actually, it was actually Serena and I. Serena and I were talking about it yesterday. And I stated it before she was going to say it to me because she mentioned when I stated it, she said that's what I was. She said, you know what? She's like, you know what, Trent? That's what I was going to say. She's like, but you said it already. But yeah, so when I went back and looked at it, that's pretty much what the conclusion that I came to. So to check myself and to correct myself as well, what I could have done better yesterday is size down. That's protecting your capital. That's exercising good risk management. You know what I mean? So I paid some nice bills yesterday, right? We always talk about our non-profitable trades, our business expenses, right? I paid some nice bills yesterday. Like I paid extra. I paid some extra bills I didn't have to pay had I sized down. So I'm saying this to say, it's for all of us to learn from whatever mistakes any one of us do. That's why when we're talking in the chat, I always ask you guys, like, whatever you're feeling, like, don't give me just the answer you think I want to hear. Like, give me the true answer, because that's how we win. We win. We learn from mistakes, right? If no one made mistakes, there'd be nothing to the world, right? No one be like robots. Like, you wouldn't learn anything. We learn from our mistakes. And yes, I should have sized down yesterday. That's what I could have done better. I did exercise good discipline. I saw my A+ setup. I took it, but what I did not assess my risks. Could have assessed my risk a lot better. And if I'd have done that, then I would have sized down. Exactly. You have to give in. You have to give in order to receive. Absolutely. So, with that said, that's what I could have done better. And if you've been following me, I've told you I'm very hard on myself. Like, I'm tough. I'm an athlete, 3-sport athlete. So that's just how my mind is kind of molded. You know what I mean? So with that said, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm seeing. That's what I could have done better. So 15-minute little strategy here. All right. Where are we at? Okay. Let's see here what we get. 40, 45, 15. We can get a close and drawdown. 5-minute close and drawdown. I may take this, but Um, let's see here. Good morning. When is the best time frame to trade NQ? I would. Good morning, David. Thanks for tapping in with us. I always say the most opportune time from what I've seen and my experiences, I'm always looking for between like 6:28, 2 minutes prior to the open for things to start setting up to right around 7:30 ish, about at 7:30 ish, 7:45 at the latest. Like right around 7:45, I'm usually done trading for the day. Why? Because for me and my strategies, that's when the best moves happen. And that's just based on characteristics. That's based on the way I was taught. That's how my coach taught me and trained me. So if I'm not in a trade already by 7:30, then I'm like, nah. So you know what? I think I'm not even, look at me. I'm not even set up. Let me log into my account. What are we doing? We're doing, yeah, these are all my accounts, y'all. Let's go there. All right. And boom. All right, yeah. That's my eval. All right, we took a little hit on that eval yesterday. I have 10 sim funded accounts. And I have 10 sim funded and 3 evals. So I'm trading 3 evals with those. So I think I might have missed my entry. Let's see here. Let me set this up. Actually, let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go to account 40. Boom. All right. I want to start off 40. And let me set this up. I may have missed my entry because I didn't have everything set up. And honestly, that was because I wasn't really looking to really trade today. I really was not. Because like I said, arranging day. So I'm gonna set up my copy trader, setting it up now, and I may even consider possibly getting into this trade. But um, you know what? I'm sitting out. Yeah, I'm sitting out today. Log out. I'm sitting out. I'm sitting out. I'm sitting out today. Why? Because of actually what I stated. I'm looking at this as a ranging day. I'm not about to 7 a.m. time zone. Oh, I'm sorry, David. I'm on West Coast. I'm on Pacific time. So 6:30 is my open. If you're on Eastern time, 9:30 will be your open. Central time, 8:30. But I'm on the West Coast. So 6:30 would be my you know what I'm saying, would be my open for me. So between like 6:28, there's strategies you can kind of, if I'm gonna trade, I start seeing things setting up, could possibly set up around 6:28. We did have a cool little trade that happened that we could have took. Little consolidation area. I talked about this right here. This was right at the open. As you can see, this was already forming a little consolidation area right before the open. You draw a box around here. This blue candle is our opening candle. And basically, it's just like a breakout of this box, is what this is, like a little breakout strategy. And I call it a cheap trade, like I stated earlier, because the risk is real small. Put your entry at the top of the box for a buy, bottom of the box for your stop loss. But if it's a sell, then bottom of the box would be your entry, top of the box would be your stop loss. And it's real risk, cheap trade because the risk is real minimal. Like I said, I wasn't really looking to take in anything today, so I wasn't really prepared. I didn't have my copy trader set up because honestly, I was like, wasn't gonna really take anything today because I'm expecting a bunch of ranging. But this would have been a cool trade right here. So consolidation area, draw a box around it. You got candles are almost the same size, just about, and they're staying in the same area. And then you just take the break out of that box. You could have targeted this pink line, which is a daily level. Boom, quick little few $100, real cheap trade. Shut your accounts down, and be done for the day and just move on. But yeah, I don't expect too much today. Um, let's see here. I bought an edge funded account and followed all of Juvier's rules, but I think I got the time zones messed up. Gotcha. That can happen. That's why I tell anyone, man, read the rules when you're dealing with prop firms. Like read all the rules, make sure your time frames are correct. I don't know what actually issue that you're having, but I know one thing: if you reach out to, I'm gonna put it in the chat right now. You got to reach out to soy sauce. Reach out to soy sauce Smiley in a TEF Discord, and he'll pull your account and he'll look at it and will break it down for you. He'll even, if it, you just DM him, he's not going to put your account on Front Street, but through DMs he'll give you a screenshot of your account and break it down for you if there's anything that you're not understanding, familiar with, you need some clarity on. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So that is the so as Soy Sauce Smiley is the TEF moderator, but he's also has access to all the accounts, and he's very, very knowledgeable on everything TEF. Period. So like I said, DM him. He got you. And then this way, any questions, concerns, issues, ask a bunch of questions. I tell people that all the time. Like, you got somebody as knowledgeable as Soy, like, ask a bunch of questions. Like, get all your questions ready. So when you have that conversation, you can get all your questions answered. So you leave from that conversation knowing, not like still like, well, I don't know. Like, no, you want to know. You want to know. Like, you want to make sure you know. So ask questions. You know what I mean? No question is a dumb question, in my opinion. Just ask questions. And he has answers. Let me say that he has answers. Absolutely. You're welcome, man. That's what we're here for, bro. We're here, man. We are here, you know what I mean, for the development of our trading psychology and the development of our trading career. We're building a foundation, and we're gonna, grow that foundation. That's the whole point of why we're here. That's the whole point of the name of the channel, all of that stuff. So this is a movement, like for real, for real. And like I always say, as long as I have an able mind, a sound mind and an able body, I'm in this seat. Debating on going with a prop firm, not sure yet. Well, D Young, you know what I would say? Choose a prop firm that's going to work with your strategy. If you have a strategy where you're looking to get huge gains on that strategy, then if there's a prop firm that has, consistency rules, like, make sure those consistency rules are flexible to your strategy. You know what I mean? Because if not, you can breach the consistency rule because your strategy is, you know what I'm saying, getting, makes a lot of money. And at the end of the day, like, you want to make sure you stay under the threshold, right? So either way, that's not a bad thing. But just know, if you have a strategy that it makes huge gains, then you just want to make sure that you're setting your take profit level that's keeping you right under the consistency rule. Now, with the hedge funder, D Young, there's no evaluations. It's straight to funded. So traditional prop firms, you buy the account, you buy the account, you have to pass the eval, right? So you have to make that threshold once, then you pass the eval. Now the account is turned into a funded account. And then now you have to do the same thing again to pass the threshold for your payout. So with TEF, you just have to really do that one time. You skip the evaluation phase. And once you get the account past the threshold, you're already automatically ready for payouts. Think about that. It's pretty good. Because like I said, in a traditional setting, you have to it's like you're passing the account twice, in a sense, right? You pass it to eval, then when you get your funded account, it starts back over at the 25K, 50K, whatever it is, and then you got to make it over the threshold. So with TEF, you just have to do that one time. One time. So, and I would recommend like a 50K or higher, only because on a 25Ks, there's not a lot of room. There's not a lot of drawdown room. You know what I'm saying? You want to give yourself some room. You want to give yourself some room. You don't want to have so little drawdown that you have to do these really, really tight stop losses because you don't want your account to take too many hits. take too many hits, the account's blown. So with that said, I recommend the 50K is a good from the smallest account. From the smallest account, I would say no lower than a 50K. 50K is pretty good. What you say? Soaking it insider. I love it. I love it. Attempting HSS buys. That's what's up. That's what's up. These candles are crazy right now. Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's looking slow today. Not seeing anything good. Wavy J. Yeah, man. You see what I said, right? I looked at him like, nah, I'm gonna sit out. Because I'm gonna follow my first mind. Because I've been watching this ticker for a long time. And there's a lot of characteristics that I've seen that when I tell you guys what I'm telling you, it's all based on my experience. I'm not just like coming out the blue with, oh, I think it's gonna, I don't just have a, oh, I think it's gonna do this moment. It's like, oh, I think it's gonna do this because I'm always gonna give you the reason why. I'm not gonna just say, oh, well, I think we're gonna sell today, or I think we're gonna buy. I'm gonna give you the reason why. And that's all based on characteristics. Even though it's still my bias is based on what I've seen. Like I've seen this movie before type situation. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I'm gonna see. I mean, that's what when I say I'm gonna see. Like I was even still kind of debating possibly getting into a trade, but I'm good. I close everything. You see, I'm logged out. I'm gonna stay logged out. I'm gonna stay logged out. Watching 4 different tickers and not seeing any setups for HSS. Hey, at the moment, yeah, I'm telling you, I'm really I'm really feeling like it's gonna be a ranging day today. Seriously, yeah, I was gonna put some trade, but was like, nah, as well, if I did, would have lost. Exactly. And let me say this, you guys, it's okay not to trade. You don't have to trade every day. I stress this. Professional traders don't trade every day. Matter of fact, they barely trade. Literally. They may trade once a week, once every 10 days, once every 2 weeks. A professional trader, not a trading guru. I'm talking about a professional trader, someone that is considered a professional trader by prop firms, a professional trader, like someone who's trading millions of dollars on the line every time they place a trade. A professional trader. They don't trade every day. Fact. Go do the research. They do not trade every day. They're snipers. They may place 3 trades a month, literally. But those 3 trades, you already know. I ain't got to even say nothing. You already know what them telling you, them boys snipers. So I said that to reiterate my point of we shouldn't be trading every day. We shouldn't be trading every day. You know why? Because price is not going to give us the good action that we need every day. Yeah, we'll go through some spurts where it might be a couple of weeks where we were just banging out trades and it's like it was good, but that's not sustainable. So always keep the mindset of, let me see what the market is giving me. And that's how you base your ideology on if I'm going to be taking a trade today. And based on what I've seen, I was expecting it to be a ranging day today, which is pretty much how it is. It started off that way. Market opened last night. Look, ranging. Yeah, we had a little break up. This is a London session. We had some little bullish action. Came up here, hit these unmitigated levels, and came back down. And I expect price to kind of stay between here, just kind of ranging. I mean, if you're a scalper, I'm sure there's a lot of opportunities for scalpers. I'm not a scalper, so there's no opportunities for me. I'm a strategy trader. So there it is. What we got? Morbid Drifter. I missed 2 good trades yesterday. Once again, because I was scared to lose. If I would have just learned to trust the system, I would have 2 green accounts. This fear of losing is tough to overcome. Yeah, the thing is that this is the best way I can put that. I know this is easier said than done, but the best way that I can put it is this. We should not be trading with emotions. Period. That kills everything. You don't trade with emotions. You just said it was 2 good setups. So this is how you know if you should enter a trade. Karate 357. What's up, my guy? Thanks for tapping in, brother. This is how you know. This is what you look for. I'm gonna keep it real simple, Morbid Drift. You just got to get out and respectfully, because I don't want to come across, I'm not being condescending or nothing like that. Respectfully, you got to get out of your head, my brother. Like literally, you have to get out of your head. Don't let your subconscious mind make your decisions in trading. In the real world, that's perfect. In trading, it don't work. So with that said, you have to rely on the setup. Trust the setup. You just said, if I would just learn to trust the system is your setup, right? And everything, that all the steps that you need in your confluence, you need to take that trade. That's what you go off of. If you have that, you take the trade and you live with the results. Don't worry about a trade going against you. It's going to happen. It's part of the game. No one is profitable on every trade. But if you have a good system, and I know you're trading the HSS hybrid super scalping strategy, there it is. That's a great strategy. I mean, I don't trade it because I'm not a scalper. But if I was a scalper, that would be a one. That would definitely be one that I trade. We have a coach in the Edge Funder Discord. That's all he trades. He's been eating off that for some years now. That's Juvier's strategy. Juvier was eating off of it. Like, it's a great strat. You got a great strategy, my guy. Yeah, you got a great strategy, brother. Just take the setup, man. Don't worry about the trade going against you. The entry, get setup come, your entry, stop loss, put your take profit. Don't be greedy. Take your 101, 1-to-1, because I believe that's how it works in the hybrid super scalping strategy. You take your 1-to-1. And the reason why I believe that it's a 1-to-1 in a hybrid super scalping strategy is because that is a strategy that you take, a couple of times a day, 2 to 3 times a day. Yeah, man, Euphoria, I'm telling you, bro, like, just got to trust the process. If you're strategy trading, then we're going to go back to what we talked about yesterday, right? 1 to 2 R&R, right? 1 to 2 risk reward, right? That's what we want when we're strategy trading. And scalping 1-to-1 is probably more advantageous for that because they're scalping. You're getting pieces of moves. And with the HSS, from what I've understand and what I've seen, I think they're trading that strategy like 2 to 3 times a day, sometimes even more. So the 1-to-1 works for that particular style. But for strategy trading, always remember, you guys, 1 to 2 risk reward. No exceptions. So there's a little rangy day. So that's pretty much what I had assumed. So let's go get some, let's get our psychology rocking right now. So question of the day. Oh, he does 1 to 2 from what he told me. I think he does 1-to-1, but I'm not sure about that. But I'm not a scalper. If I spoke out of turn, my bad. I thought he does 1-to-1. If he does 1 to 2, great. That's even better. But yeah. Let's get into question of the day. Let's get the education going. Ain't nothing in the market anyway. Market as far as right now, price action. You know what I say about that price action today? Trash. Trash for me. Speaking for myself, trash. I don't even need to look at that no more. I'm good. I'm logged out. I ain't taking nothing today. I'm cool. My account's about to stay safe. I'm not doing anything in the market today. I'm cool. Market can't give me none today. And remember, we can't take nothing out the market. So don't sit down in front of them charts have this ideology of, yeah, I'm about to see what I could take out the market today. You're never taking anything out of the market. Because remember, the market will swallow all of our money and won't even burp. Think about how much money is in the market. There's no way we can just beat the market like that. That's why we have to take what the market gives us. So, question of the day today is, and it's funny how I got this question today and what's going on. Is today a trend day or range day? What evidence supports your answer? I guess we talked about this, so it's funny how this was a question of the day. I didn't do this on purpose. Just the one I happened to, this is just the question that I chose, and and that's pretty much how it ended up. Hey, can't make this stuff up, but it's funny. Trash. I took a short and I'm done. I'm pretty sure your forces moves to break down after TP1. Yeah, is achieved. I believe he does 1-to-1, but nevertheless, it's all good. Face red drop. It's all good. It's all good, Barbosa the Great. You just pay some bills today, bro. Like, we ain't gonna win them all. It's all good. At least you identified that it's trash. You ain't taking no more. And honestly, I don't know if you're if you're a scalper. If you're a scalper, then trading in either direction today, of course, that's something different. But if you're a strategy trader, I would not be taking any shorts today. Yep, that's how it goes. No accidents. Absolutely. All right, so let's talk about this, you guys. Let's get some education popping because that's what's important. All right. So trend day characteristics. Let's talk about what a trend day characteristics. Strong displacement. Higher highs, higher lows, or the opposite. Either higher highs, higher lows, or higher lows, higher highs. In any way you want. Shallow pullbacks, right? Range day characteristics. Oh, anonymous trader, you're already on it. Equal highs, equal lows, false breakouts, respecting range extremes. What are we seeing? What are we seeing? Let me go back to that. What are we seeing? Let's be honest. What are we seeing? What are we seeing? What are we seeing here? Look at this. Equal highs, pretty much almost equal lows. Here, high, equal high. I mean, even though, and when we say equal, it doesn't have to be the exact price point, but you could tell it's like in the same area. Like here. Look at this. Here on those highs. Look at these lows. Here. Here. Like, look at that. Look at this. Equal highs here. Look at this high. Look at this high. Look at this high. Look at this high in between these. You know what I'm saying? Look at this high way over here. This was the beginning of Australia before Asia kicked in. This is the tail end of London going into New York session. Or actually, I'm sorry, this is New York session. No, it's 5:30. My bad. That's still right hour before New York session. So I just look at it. Look at it. It's the characteristics of what? Of a ranging day. False breakouts. It's respecting range extremes. Like, look, it's respecting all of these levels. Look at that. Look at all these lows right here. Respecting. Look at this low. Respecting. Down here in this reversal zone. Up here. Respecting. It's a rangy day today. We can look at price action and say, we don't see no clear definitive way it wants to go. It's been doing that all night. Consolidated, came down, reverse, went up, hit this reverse zone, came back down, hit this reverse zone, went up, came out, retested, broke through. Probably had some news last night in London session, possibly. I'm not sure. Could have been, could have not been, whatever. Consolidated, came down, consolidated, went up a little bit, came down, consolidated, came down, consolidated a little bit here, came down, consolidated, then started making a move up. And then open was here. And it's kind of doing the same thing. We're on a 5-minute. Jump to the 1 minute, get a little bit, clearer picture. Open is here. Look, went up a little bit, hit the daily, and look at this. Consolidated, came inside the reversal zone, came out, retested, came back out, kind of respected the same level where our opening candle was, right? Creating almost the same area. Look at that. Consolidating again, came down, hit the reversal zone, came up, little consolidation, came back into the reversal zone, came out, now it's consolidating, now we're dropping. Like, there's no clear definitive direction on what NQ wants to do. It's clear. So why would you even be in that if you're a strategy trader? You know what I mean? That was one of the reasons why I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. So we kind of broke down what a trend day is and what the characteristics of a trend day and what the characteristics of a range and trend day are, right? So pretty much, look, chop, range. Y'all see it. You know what I'm saying? So if it's choppy like that, think about that. This is how it was told to me. It's pretty funny how it was told to me when I first learned. So think about and I like to use these analogies because they just help with the psyche, right? So it was told to me, right? Like chop, right? So think about like when, like if you're chopping like vegetables, right? You got your chopping board out and you got your knife, right? And you chop, right? So what happens in chop? You get chopped up. So with that said, when you see chop, man, just stay out of there. Shut it down. I always encourage and recommend leave the charts up. Just close out your accounts. So this way, if you see some crazy price action, you got to log in. By that time, hopefully your psyche clicks in like, no, no, subconscious mind, no, we're not trading. And then you don't even, you know what I'm saying? You can't even enter the trade. You can't even enter because you still got to log in and do all of that. That's why I recommend always logging out, but leaving a charts up because we also want to be able to see what price does every day. What's that? LOL on the 1 minute chart looks like both. Right, right. On a 1 minute chart, it does. It looks like you see this, you're like, ooh. Now, don't get me wrong. You can look at this and say this is like a cool move, but it's still like a lot of up and down, up and down on that 1 minute chart, right? Like this the 1 minute, right? Like, yeah. Ooh, ooh, okay. But still, we're talking about our session, right? Now, if you're trading overnight and you have some strategy for overnight session and you took a short somewhere up through here, I don't know what that strategy would be. You know what I mean? Then you ate, but we're speaking strictly from New York Open, right? What we're trading. So, um, absolutely anonymous trader, but you still recognize that it's chop. So good catch. Good eye, even though you are still learning, like good eye. That's what this is. This is chop. You can see from the minute market open right here, there is no definitive, there's no trend here. I'm here. But no, there's no trend in the market here. So I'm not messing with that. I'm not messing with that. I'm cool. To me when prices action is like this and I take a trade, you know how I feel? I feel like I'm forcing it. And think about it, anytime there's force, there's always resistance, right? Right? It's like pushing a square peg through a round hole, right? You probably can get it through, you don't have to force it. But at the end of the day, like we shouldn't be forcing no trades. We just need to have clear, definitive direction that we're going. Market is giving us some good price action. Our setup, happens. It's higher probability. We take the trade, live with the results. So, but yeah. So I ain't got to ask y'all what evidence supports your answer because, um, well, I gave you the answer. So, I mean, no reason to ask you, no reason for y'all to even, expand on that. But yeah, so today is a ranging day today. That's what we're seeing. And we're already at 713. So I am not seeing anything, like I said, that would lead me to believe that, we have something good going on. I'm just gonna stay out and keep my account safe and just wait for a day when we're gonna have some good price action. And that day possibly could be tomorrow. We have some big news popping tomorrow. Usually with CPI news, we get some good trends. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not saying trade news. That's at your discretion. Um, I've never traded news in a live market. I did it on demo just to play with it. But other than that, no. Um, yeah, so there it is. So I went to the chart and I showed you guys, wh- what a trend, what a range in day looks like and the evidence that supports it. Yesterday would have been a trending day, right? Because what we talked about yesterday, like that 600 point price drop, and then it corrected itself 900 to the upside. That would be a range day. Yesterday was a good ranging day. Yesterday was a good day that if you had a strategy that supported the price action yesterday, you'd have made some money yesterday. Um, Now the funny thing is, on my live account yesterday, I banked like crazy on my live account, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's funny how things happen. So I saw I saw my strategy set up, and I took it on my funded accounts. I was talking at the same time. And then I had missed the entry on my live accounts. So I end up setting my entry after price had already took me out on the actually I set my entry after I set my entry on my live accounts after I had set my entry on my funded accounts. So price never tapped me in on my live account. So when I got taken out on my funded accounts and then price ended up correcting itself and going in the direction that I initially was my bias was telling me was longs on my live account, boom, I killed them on my live account yesterday. So it just happens like that. So it's one of those things where should I have waited? No, because I take my strategy when I see it set up. It was just so happened that on my live account, I had my limit order set, but actually I didn't get into the trade I didn't get into the trade at the same time on my funded accounts. So when it reversed, it tapped me in, and it went in the direction that I had expected it to. So I made some money on those accounts. So it happens like that sometimes. You know what I mean? So let's see here. I took a sell this morning, took a L, but I managed low risk. First trade on a new platform and wait for tomorrow to win. One and done. Absolutely, my brother. Getting my feet wet, no harm, no foul. Yeah, absolutely, man. We ain't no feelings. Ain't no feelings. You know what I mean? You took a trade, and it didn't work. It didn't, it went against you, no big deal. We always say non-profitable trades are what? A business expense. Because trading is our business. So that was a business expense. You didn't lose anything. That's not the ideology or the concept. You didn't lose anything. So yeah, the good thing is that you follow rules and like you said, you're one and done. That's where the win is keeping your psychology intact. You know what I'm saying? Um, so you take a trade. So if you take a trade, it is emotional to think, okay, good. Take a trade and the market gave me a good day. Um, so Morbid Drifter. Once again, you gotta like get the emotions out. That's the hard part. I know it's easier said than done. You just gotta trade with no emotions. You gotta think about poker. When people are playing poker, they have poker face, right? You look in their face when you look at a poker table and you see people playing poker, you don't know who got what. Everyone got this look on their face. Everyone is just super stoic. They may have a royal flush in their hand. You wouldn't even know. They sitting there like they got one pair, keeping the emotions out. You got to trade with no emotions. Once you can turn that off, you won't be missing entries. You won't be doing any of that anymore. That's what all I can say is just focus on that part. Just focus on sitting down and trading with no emotions. I appreciate your insight, bro. You're here for the people. Absolutely. JD. J Dix. J Dix. Yes, absolutely. That's why I'm here, brother. I'm here for this community. So because I understand, like I think you're maybe your first couple of times on the live. Like I'm here to fill in that gap from being a beginner trader, like just getting into trading to getting on the charts and getting ready to go live. I'm filling in that gap. So look at me as like I'm an athlete. So I use a lot of athlete analogies. I'm like a strength and conditioning coach, right? I'm not calling plays. I do call some plays, but I'm saying I'm not out there calling the bulk of plays. I'm getting you prepared for the charts. I'm getting you prepared for the market because without psychology, you can click all day. You can have 50,000, 100,000 in your account. None of that matters. If you ain't got trading psychology, you're going to lose. The market going to take all that. It's going to take all that. So it starts with the psychology. So, and that's something that I've learned in my 2-year trading career. So if my TP is more than 1,200 in a day and I got like 1,800 on my account, what happens? If my TP is more than 1,200, I'm assuming, Justice, for all you're speaking about the consistency rule. If you breach a consistency rule, what usually ends up happening, if that's what you're speaking of, that's what I'm assuming if you're speaking of. If you breach the consistency rule, what happens is you have to make more money to either get to the payout or to pass that eval, depending on what prop firm you're with. So just keep that in mind. That's why staying under the consistency rule, following the rules, I can't stress this more. With prop firms, you have to follow the rules. Think about this. Don't give them no reason to deny you. Don't give them no reason to deny you. No reason. Follow the rules. But yes, if you breach the consistency rule, that's what happens. That's what happens. You have to make more. So, and we don't want to do that, right? Like we don't want to make more money than we need to. And now we got to make more money and you can't lose the money because once you made it, it's already clocked into the system. So if you went back and lost the money, that's not going to help you get under the consistency rule. So just keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? So, and I believe that's what you're speaking of. If I'm wrong, let me know. Got to run. Holla at you tomorrow. Trying to appreciate everything. No problem. Kick rocks. You got it. You got it. This is my first time joining your stream. Love the education here. Going to be a regular from now on. Got to run for business now. See you tomorrow. Absolutely. Soaking it insider. See you tomorrow, brother. D2D trend. Have a good day. See you tomorrow. Absolutely, my guy. Yo, hit my goal. 6:45 a.m. 7 a.m. One and done. That's right. Benjamin Colon. Absolutely. One and done, brother. One and done. You got your money. One and done. Why go back into the market and give it back? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. So yeah, man. So let's go ahead and jump into the tip of the day. Let's go and jump into the tip of the day. Market ain't doing nothing. It's super rangy. Matter of fact, let's go back and take a little look-see. As you can see, look. Look, I'm gonna go to the 5, just so we have less noise, right? Look, what do you see? Look at this. All these lows like in the same area, right? All these little highs, and it's like what we talked about. No really clear direction. Bunch of ranging. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely just for all. Yeah. Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. You don't want to have to be making, you know what I'm saying, more money to pass. Like just follow the rules. I tell everybody, just follow the rules. Don't flub them. With prop firm rules, there's no flubbing them. Meaning like if it's whatever it is, if it's 1200, it can't be 1201 or 1220 or any, like it's still, you're above the threshold. It's very, very rules are very, very detailed. Follow them to the T. You know what I'm saying? If there are dollar amounts involved, make sure the dollar amounts are to the T. So let's jump back, get to that tip of the day. So tip of the day today is, got a pretty good one. Leave us with some value. Tip of the day today is, if you hit your daily target, stop trading. And daily target, I don't mean a dollar amount. I mean, like if you hit your TP and you made bread, stop trading. You're done. No need to continue on trading. That's what Benjamin just said. He hit his goal, 6:45 a.m. to 7:05. He's one and done. Whatever that goal is. Whatever that goal is. So be one and done. You hit your daily target, stop trading. Just stop. Don't feel like, oh, I'm going to go and get another one. I made this. I'm going to go. Nah. Bank them profits, table them profits, and close your accounts. Close your accounts and leave the chart up. Leave your chart up so you can just see what's going on. It's always good to leave your charts up. If you're gone, it's good to have your charts up on your phone. It's good to just take a sneak peek. I know some of us have jobs. You're at your job and you could take a sneak peek every hour, every half an hour, whenever you could just take a sneak peek just to see what the market is doing. It's good to see that. It's good to see that because what you're doing is it's like a movie, right? You're just ingraining, you're just like putting these characteristics in your head every time that you keep up on how that ticker is moving. Straight up. That's how you want to do it. What we got? Benjamin, if my goal is 1800 and I set it for 1800, but it took me out at 1820, should I take a $20 loss? That's not going to work. If you're following a consistency rule. Yeah, it's not going to work. That's not going to work. And from the way I understand prop firms, because you already made the 1820. So even if you lose money, remember, you're still clocked in at making 1820. That's one trade. So if you take another trade, you're just taking another trade. That's how the system recognizes it. So if you took another trade and you lost 20, you know what I'm saying? Like you still broke the consistency rule on a trade prior to that. So remember, it's based on a trade per trade basis. Some of them are end of day. Could be end of day, meaning like whatever your profits were at the end of day, but some of them are per trade. I don't know what which one it is from your trading, but I would say go read the rules on that because I don't want to mislead you. I just want to give you the information, and then you can go ahead and go double check the information that I'm giving you to make sure that it's end of day or is it, on a per trade basis. So that I would say figure that out first. If it's end of day, then yeah, you can lose. You should be able to lose a little bit and still be good, but still go do the research, read the rules, read everything. I know it's a lot there, but you got to read it just so you're fully well versed. I feel ready for a live account. I took a demo 100K and grew it to 130K. I would say, Wavy J, my advice, if you feel you're ready, I'm not discouraging you, but I would say what I was taught from my coach, trader, made millions of dollars in trading. He's been trading over 7 years, probably close to 10 now. I'm saying 7. I'm thinking probably 2 years ago. I think he's like somewhere maybe 9 or 10 years now of trading, maybe even a little more. The rule of thumb is you want to double your demo account. So if you start your demo account at 100, you want to get it to 200. If you started it at 50, you want to get it to 100. Just double your demo account. That's like the metric. If you can double your demo account, basically flip it, then you're ready. Now, I'm not discouraging you, and I'm not saying that you're not ready. I'm just giving you a metric. That's all. I just want to just give you the information, the same information that was taught to me and that I use and I learned. And yeah, so just remember, you want to double your demo account. Once you double your demo account, think about it. You can honestly say, hey, I started this account at 100. I didn't flip it to 200K. I'm ready for live trading. Absolutely. At that point, I would only have to say, you're ready. Absolutely. Absolutely, my brother. Absolutely. I just want to just make sure that I give you, like I said, I'm not saying that you're not ready or anything like that. Just please quote me on that. Just respectfully, I want to put, I'm a strength and conditioning coach in this game. I want to put you in the best position possible. That's my goal. Put all of us in the best position possible, even myself. Because when I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself too. The indicator that I'm using, my brother. Let me go there and I'm gonna show my screen, share it with you so you can see it, and then you can just type it in. It's real easy. It's where is it? It's this right here, my guy. Swing high low. So go into indicators up here, click it, type in swing high low, and it should be there. And then what you'll do is, once you type it in, because this is what's gonna happen, right? You're gonna have this right here, this show info trade table. Like this thing right here, that thing is, for me, is so annoying. I do not like that on my chart. I mean, you may like it on your charts, I don't. So when you initially get it in, when you initially put the indicator on your chart, you're gonna see that. So just go into, like I said, this little weird looking hexagonish looking thing, octagon looking thing right here. Click it, that's your settings. It's gonna be in inputs, and then just click this off. And then it's gone. And then everything else is default. Don't change anything. The style, input, visibility. You know what? I take that back. The only thing I changed was the colors. I changed my colors. Or did I? I don't remember. I've had this thing on my chart for like over 2 years. If you want to, you can change your colors. I believe this is what it gave me, and I just left it at that. But I didn't change anything else. Everything else is set to default. I didn't change any of this. Nothing on the inputs except just get rid of that info table, because that thing is so annoying. I don't like that on my chart. And yeah, so there it is, my guy. And close that. All right, cool. What we got? Thank you. So I'm going to set my goal at 7:30 just to cause my daily. Yeah, exactly. And with the gotcha. And then remember this too, Benjamin, there's going to be times, bro, you're not going to always get to that 1738. Oh, you're welcome. Justice for all, anytime. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. Anytime. But Benjamin, just to give you a little psychology tip, having a goal is okay, but don't go into the market thinking that you're going to make that goal every day or whenever you trade. That's not practical. Just work on being profitable. Just work on being profitable. It could be 1,700 today, 700 tomorrow, 350 another day, 150 on a day. Like it could possibly be that. Like, and just embrace that to understand that you're not going to hit a home run every time you get up to plate, right? When you think about baseball, you get base hits, you get a double, you may get a triple, you're going to strike out. Trading's the same way. You ain't about to hit a home run every time you place a trade. You may only be able to, remember, we got to take what the market gives us. You may only be able to get 500 today. That's cool. You live with that. Man, take that 500, shut them charts down and go about your day. Period. Never come into the market with a predetermined goal of a dollar amount that you're going to make. It's just not practical. It's just not practical. So just keep that in mind, respectfully. Just keep that in mind. Yeah, so once again, if you hit your daily target, stop. Because greed will turn green days red. Because if you made bread or you hit your daily target, there's no reason to continue on trading. Now you're trading with emotions because you let greed come in. So remember that. Like, keep the greed out of there. Keep it out of there. And y'all like me up, man. Give me them free likes. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel so we can push the content out further. Yeah, y'all like me up if you haven't already. And if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate that. That's all I ask. And then also too, going back to our tip of the day, over trading, because that's what that would be considered. If you hit your daily target, you hit your TP, you made bread, and you're going back into the market, that's over trading. Honestly, it's over trading. And then what ends up happening? Because I can tell you from my experience, 80% of the time when I went back into the market after making money when I was a newbie at this, guess what happened? I gave it back and would be hot. But then I have to ask myself, like, why are you mad? You made money. And you the one decided to go back into the market. You didn't have to. Period. You didn't have to. So just something to really, 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 think about. It's just something to really, really think about. So, just it's something that we all have to work on. No one is, perfect at this. We're just trying to get better and better every day. So if you do overtrade, don't beat yourself up. Just make sure that you're cognizant of it and just work on not doing that. And think about it. One clean green trade compounds over time. So if you take one trade and it compounds, you know what I'm saying? Every time you're trading, guess what? You're doing a good thing. Period. That's what you want. That's consistency, not excitement, right? You're being consistent. And that's what you want. You want consistency. So always, always keep that in mind. Always keep that in mind. You want consistency. That's what you want. Emotional continuation trades increases variance. Let's get into that. Emotional continuation trades increases variance, right? Meaning, like, if every time that you get in a trade, you're emotional, or you took a trade, you were green today, and then now you see some price action and you're like, ooh, I got to get in that. Like, that's not good. That's not good, because that emotion can transcend into a bad trading habit. And we don't want to do that. We want to make sure we're keeping good trading habits. Same when you lose, red days. Same when you get a loss, red days does not have to turn into right. Exactly. Good point, Serena. Absolutely. When you have a loss, be one and done on that loss. Because now you're going to compound. You could possibly compound your losses and what? Blow that account. You know what I mean? That's what we don't want to do. So when target hits, you're done. Log out, protect your accounts, and You're good. You're gonna live to see another day. I don't care if it was 300. If it's 300, you say, "Well, I wanted to make 5." Okay, you wanted to make 5, but you made 3. Live with the 3. Don't go back in the market for the other 2, because I guarantee you, most of the time, it's not gonna work out in your favor, and you're gonna be angry at yourself because you went back into the market and lost what you already had. That's why we don't trade with emotions. Everything is poker face. Everything is stoic. Keep a stoic demeanor. Keep a poker face demeanor. You hit 300. It's not, you're not super overly happy. You're like, okay, green for the day. Good. Next. Exactly. Anything is plenty. Absolutely. Very well put. Without prejudice. I'm about to favorite that. Anything is plenty. Y'all see what Without Prejudice put in the comments, right? Anything is plenty. Anything is plenty. Your subconscious mind is making you think that 300 ain't enough. How could it not be enough? You just made 300 and with some clicks sitting on your butt. We can't really do that at our job. So, let's just keep that in mind. And just remember, if you hit your goal, you're stopping. Just put that in your psyche. That could be one of your rules. If you hit your goal, you're stopping. Straight up. Like, leave it at that. So today, we're having a pretty choppy market. Look like we got some little movement here, some pretty strong volume, and then now we got some pretty strong volume to the upside. But at the end of the day, like, someone may look at that and be like, "Well, I got to get in that." That's not, you don't trade when you see a candle move in a particular direction. You trade based on strategies and confluences. So to just jump in a candle because it's moving up, you're gambling. Gambling is what? Emotions. Takes right back to emotions. So just because I see this, that don't mean nothing to me. I'm like, okay, cool. Price is moving a little bit. We got a low volume, but we're still ranging. And I'm gonna sit out. I'm gonna sit out. I'm gonna stay sitting out. Pretty much that's it. My day as far as trading is done. My day is done. Now I want to ask y'all, if you hit your goal, are you stopping? Let me know in the chat. If you hit your goal, are you stopping? If you're stopping, put stop. If you're not stopping, put no. Yep, I think for me, that comes from wanting to get a payout or passing account and trading like a game instead of a business. Like, dude, you made 230 minutes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, didn't you do that for 8 hours at a job? Absolutely. Great way to tweak that psyche. It's greed. Exactly what it is. And greed is an emotion. We don't want to do that. That's right, Ben. We want to stop. Absolutely. Serena, absolutely. Of course. Stop trading. Stopping. That's right, Antonio. We're stopping. And the reason why I ask you guys this and I ask you to engage is because I want you guys to type in the chat and engage in these things, because you know what this is doing? I'm gonna tell you why I do this. It's because it's helping you with your psyche individually, because you know that when you type something or when you write something and you actually visualize, remember your brain has to, we got to go through all the little thinking things in our brain to type things that we want to type and words we want to use. So that's helping that stay ingrained in our psyche. And that's what's important. That's what's important. That's why I always ask you guys to engage and put stop, or different things I ask you guys to put into the chat, because this is the way that we build. Right, Benjamin. Stop and go to the beach. I heard that. That's what's up. But yeah, you blew too many accounts. Yeah, that happens. You know what I mean? You got to start taking these losses as lessons. That's right. Karate 357, stopping. Absolutely. You hit your daily target, stop trading. You're done. No more. You don't need no more. Just like Without Prejudice says. Go back to what he said. Anything is plenty. Beautiful statement. Anything is plenty. Because guess what? You didn't have it before you sat down. So But yeah, man. So just remember, man, when also too, when you hit your daily target and you stop trading, you're protecting your capital. You're exercising discipline. You're treating trading as a business. You know what I'm saying? All of those things are important to building up your psychology and getting to becoming a consistent, profitable trader. Stop, drop, and roll off those charts. Absolutely. Absolutely. Stop, drop, and roll off the charts. I love that. Absolutely. So with that said, man, y'all have anything for me? Any questions y'all got for me today? Any questions y'all got for me? Let me know. Any questions y'all got for me today? If you made money today, log off, keep your charts up, watch them, watch the charts just for characteristic references and understanding how that ticker moves. Just had a setup and once again missed out. It's all right. You ain't lose no money. It's okay, Morbid Drifter. It's all right. If I want to stay on the charts, I switch to demo mode and backtest journal, etc. There you go. That's another one of the little things that we do too. If you have an itch and you just need to scratch that itch, like you just feel you got to trade, jump on your demo account, jump on your paper trading account and trade. Go crazy. Trade. Where are we going to be in 5 years? On an island somewhere trading. You know, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna share something with y'all. You know, the biggest long-term goal I have in trading? My biggest long-term goal that I have in trading is to link up. I don't know how many, but to link up with successful, consistent, profitable traders that I knew when we were all beginners, and now we're 5 years into the future, and we just murder the charts. We milk the charts like we're millionaire status or right at millionaire status. Excuse me. And we all put our money together and buy an island. Lord's my witness, right hand of God. That is one of my long-term trading goals. Like, no cap. Seriously. Right hand of God. That is one of my trading goals. That has been one of my goals for maybe 8 or 9 months into my trading career. That's something that I really, truly would love to do. We all throw our bread in and go buy an island. And we just, on that island, we have trading seminars on the island where people pay. They come to this trading seminar on this island for a whole week. We have everything laid out for them, literally laid out for them. And they come and they learn everything they want to learn from these successful traders. Boom. Like, that's one of my long-term goals. That's one of my long-term goals. So maybe we'll get there. Maybe Lord will bless us to get there. Maybe not. But it's just something I shared with y'all. So to answer your question without prejudice, where we're going to be in 5 years, that's what that's one of my goals. But I can only imagine where we'll all be as long as we stay on this ride together and we continue to, you know what I mean, keep building. Because this is what it's going to take. Because we're putting in the work now. So we're putting in the work now for 5 years down the road. Because remember, this is a plan, right? So just imagine where we could all be 5 years from now if we really truly put in the work. Be amazing. Be the same place Juvier was after 5 to 7 years of his trading. Same place Scalp God was after 5 to 7 years of their trading. Like, it's there for us. All we got to do is go for it. Soy sauce. Did you ever get chart burnout during your journey? Honestly, no. What's up, Soy Sizzle? Glad you're here. Honestly, no. Honestly, no. Natalie said, all right, bet I'll get back to you. Honestly, no. Only because I was just really, really, like, how would I say? I was really, I don't know, man. I would just, like I say, I was eat, sleep, breathe, poop and trading, man. I've never had burnout. Everyone's different, but I never did. Like I never ever did. I ain't gonna lie. Like I love this. I love this game. Love this game. Like for real, I love this game. I'm telling you, yeah. If y'all ever seen it's it's a gift also, but it brings me back to my passion for this. Um, if y'all seen the movie Paid in Full, y'all remember Money Mitch, right? He was talk. I forgot what scene it was. He was talking. He was like, "Man, I love it. I love this. Like I love this game. Like I wouldn't trade it for nothing, B. Like I love this game. Like that's how I feel about trading. Like I wouldn't trade it for nothing. I love this game, and I mean that. That gift. Whenever every time I look at that gift, like I have it favorited, and I look at it from time to time, like that's my that's just how I feel about trading. Like I love this game. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. I love the excitement. And when I say excitement, like I love the excitement of like getting on the charts and looking at candles and understanding how well, what's going on, factoring in news, confluences, those kinds of things. Like I love this game. So for me, there's nothing that I have experienced when it comes to how would I say when it comes to um like having burnout. Thank goodness. But I would say if you do, yep, I love the game. I love the hustle. That's it. That's it. That's source. That's it. That's the one. That's the one. Like that gift speaks to how I totally feel about this whole trading space, this whole trading world, everything. Um, I dream charts. I dream charts now. Not kidding. Yeah. You know what? My coach and mentor told me. He said, when trading starts to come into your system when you start looking at buildings and you see candles, you start dreaming trading, like all kind of things just start happening. Like, and everything is like trade related, like just different things. You could be looking at a piece of paper or like some diagram or something, and you see candles, like, like that's when you know, like, it's starting to get into it's starting to get into your soul, into your blood. So that's a good thing. Um, yeah, when it's a passion, it's never boring or a chore. That's very true, Karate 357. Facts, facts, facts. But yeah, man. For those of y'all that tuned in today, man, I appreciate y'all being here. We had a little Tuesday. Hey, we sat on our hands. We didn't trade. No big deal. This is all a part of the game. It doesn't mean that it was a bad day. No such thing. Um, it's days where we need to learn to sit on our hands. Today was that day. I hope we took something from that. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't see your setup, you didn't see anything you like, you sat on your hands. No, and nothing's wrong with that. That right there is a win in itself. And my 4-year-old talks about bulls. Hey, get him going early. Get he or she, get them going early. Remember, Tiger Woods is on the golf course at 2 years old. Just a little tip there. Get them going early. So imagine if you could pass this down to your son or your daughter. And they get this from very young and they're growing up with this, right? Now they're a teenager. They're in school talking about trading, and the other kids are like, what are you talking about? Like trading? What's that? I'm doing algebra. I'm doing algebra. Like, what's that? Like, what's trading? Like, and he or she already got a first hand on, they about to, once they hit 18, because I think you have to be 18, I believe. Yeah, at least 18, she. And she gonna be ready, man. Just imagine. She gonna be ready. Get her on the charts right now. Talking about bulls and bears, talking about, did you place a stop loss? Did you put a stop loss? Like understanding risk management and everything. Like, I love that. Like, man, it's a financial skill. Pass it down. Pass down to your loved ones, pass down to your children. Like it's gonna pay tenfold. Just imagine. To just have a legacy of just traders, right? Like we see these legacies of athletes, right? Basketball players, their sons, their daughters playing ball, and same thing with football, baseball. Imagine in a trading space, same situation, right? Crazy. So yeah, man. If you haven't liked me up, like me up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. It's all free. Just a couple of clicks. I appreciate y'all being here. If y'all looking to get any TEF accounts, Hoshea is on it. That's what's up. That's what's up. I love it. I love it. That's dope. Super duper dope, man. I love it. That's fire. That's fire. To be honest, this teaches real life values like right, like finding. Absolutely. That's my motivation right there, fam. Why I'm doing this. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. We can, man, in the trading space, we can build generational wealth and build a family legacy just off trading. As long as we build a foundation and add on the right way, just like a house. House is only as good as its foundation. Foundation solid, every floor, every room, everything is going to be solid on top of it. So that's that is. But yeah, if y'all looking to get any accounts, man, TF, you can use my code Tradegheenyuz TF. You can also scan that right there. That'll take you right to the site. Read the rules. I always recommend read the rules first. Don't just go buy the account. Read the rules. I recommend nothing smaller than a 50K to give yourself some room. You say your oldest daughter got you trading. Oh, okay. 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 That's fire. So it's already ingrained into the family. That's fire. I'm loving that. Keep that going. For your family, keep that going. You got something built, started, keep that going. Everybody should be trading. Everybody talking about bulls and bears and talking about instruments and all kind of stuff. But yeah, man, get your TF accounts. I think that's pretty much it for me today, man. We're gonna get out of here. Market made a nice little move right now, but I decided to close my charts. So, no harm, no foul. I ain't worrying about that. Like I said, for the ones that sat on their hands, we are still in great position. We didn't lose. We didn't have nothing non-profitable going against us. Our amounts in our accounts didn't change. And of course we live to fight another day, right? We'll be here tomorrow, same time, same bad channel, and get it going. We're saying, unless you're Joseph, you can trade a 25K because of hey, if you're super disciplined, 25Ks are great, but you got to exercise some very, very strict discipline. Great point, J. Roy. You got to exercise some very, very, very detailed discipline for 25K accounts. That's why I recommend 50K, because most people here are beginning, and there it is. But yeah, so we're gonna get out of here, man. Thanks for tuning in today. Market didn't give us too much. If you made money or your grandson trades also, Karate 350 said, that's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, keep that in the family. Seriously, keep that in the family. Everyone, if you have family members that are trading, children, grandchildren, brothers, aunties, uncles, whatever, just in a family, man, corral that. Get everybody together. You know what I'm saying? If they're old enough, have them jump on the stream so they can learn as well. You know what I mean? Let's build this. But yeah, I like that. I like that when we got other family trading, because then you have someone to understand, to talk about. Because a lot of people in our family don't really understand trading. Go look at my first episode. I talk about that. Episode 1, I talk about that. But yeah. So like I said, man, y'all, thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, all my Trade Genius family. Let's make sure we closed out of, if we made any money, we're good. Let's make sure we logged out of our accounts and we are just watching the charts. Let's go on about our day. Have a good thing. Have a good thing going on today as far as like the way you feel and how everything is going. You know what I'm saying? And let's be ready to jump on the charts tomorrow and see where this CPI is going to take us, man, because CPI is going to be some big news tomorrow. So with that said, man, shout out to our co-founders, Juvier, Scalp God, my brothers. Without them, we wouldn't be here. And yeah, man, catch y'all tomorrow, man. Same time, same Trade Genius channel. All right, man. Peace. Thank y'all. Love y'all.